Welcome back to Speak Smart, everyone. Today, Lucy and I are diving into a topic that I know resonates with so many of you: how to actually start learning English when it all feels, well, just a bit much.
A bit much is an understatement, Jane. I remember feeling completely swamped when I first thought about learning a new language. You look at all the grammar, the vocabulary, the different accents. It's like, where do you even put your first foot?
Exactly. It's like standing at the bottom of a huge mountain. But what if I told you that the secret isn't some magical, complex method, but rather a simple, consistent routine, something that breaks that mountain down into small, climbable steps?
Now you've got my attention. I think that's what most beginners crave, a clear roadmap. Not just learn English, but do this, then this, then this.
Absolutely. And the best part is, this routine focuses on all four core language skills: listening, speaking, reading, and writing. We're not leaving anything out, but we're doing it in manageable chunks.
Manageable is key. So Jane, walk us through it. What's the very first thing a beginner should be doing?
All right, let's start bright and early. Begin your day by dedicating just 10 minutes to new vocabulary. And I mean 10 minutes, not an hour. Choose a few common words or phrases. Think about words you'd use every day, like hello, thank you, coffee, book, work. Then, practice using them in really simple sentences.
Just 10 minutes? That feels incredibly doable. So instead of trying to memorize a whole dictionary, it's about building a solid, small foundation?
Precisely. Think about it like building with Legos. You start with a few basic bricks, learn how they connect, and then you gradually add more. That 10 minutes isn't just about memorizing, it's about making those words active, making them part of your immediate communication toolkit. It really builds confidence.
I like that analogy. So once I've got my 10 minutes of vocab in, what's next on our beginner's English learning routine?
Next up, we're going to dedicate about 15 to 20 minutes to listening. This is where you expose yourself to English content. You could watch short videos on YouTube, listen to a beginner-friendly podcast like this one maybe, or even follow structured, short lessons designed for learners.
Okay, listening. That sounds great. But I always found myself getting stuck, trying to understand every single word. Then I'd get frustrated and just give up.
That's such a common trap, Lucy, and it's exactly what you shouldn't do, especially as a beginner. The goal here isn't to catch every single syllable, it's to focus on the main ideas. What's the general topic? What's the speaker trying to convey? Get comfortable with not understanding everything. Your brain will start to pick up patterns over time.
That's a huge relief to hear, so I don't need to feel like a failure if I miss a few words. Just keep the general flow in mind.
Exactly. It's about building oral comprehension, getting used to the rhythm and sounds of English. And here's a tip: if you're watching videos, use subtitles in English. It helps connect the sound to the written word.
Good call. So 10 minutes of vocab, 15 to 20 of listening. What's the next skill we tackle?
Right after listening, we move to speaking. And again, we're talking about a very approachable amount of time, at least 10 minutes. This might sound intimidating, but it doesn't have to be a full-blown conversation with a native speaker right away.
Speaking is probably the scariest one for most beginners. The fear of making mistakes, of sounding silly.
Trade. Oh, absolutely. It's natural to feel that way. But think of it this way: if you don't use your voice, how will your muscles learn? For those 10 minutes, you can repeat sentences you just heard from your listening practice, or read a short text aloud. Even just talking to yourself about your daily activities in English, narrating your morning, like, I'm making coffee now, I'm brushing my teeth.
Talking to myself. I do that already, but usually not in English. That's actually a brilliant, low-pressure way to practice. And reading aloud, I can see how that would help with pronunciation.
Exactly. Reading aloud forces your mouth and tongue to make the shapes and sounds of English. It's like vocal warm-ups for a singer. Speaking regularly, even to an empty room, is going to dramatically improve your pronunciation and, crucially, your confidence. You'll start to trust that you can form sentences.
So we've got vocabulary, listening, and speaking covered all in the first part of the day. What about later on?
In the afternoon or evening, we shift our focus to reading. Dedicate around 15 minutes to reading simple English articles, maybe some short stories or dialogues. There are tons of resources online for beginner-level readers.
Okay, reading. What kind of materials should beginners look for? I'm imagining a newspaper and getting lost instantly.
Definitely not a newspaper at first. Think children's books. Seriously, they're fantastic for simple sentence structures and common vocabulary. or websites designed for English learners like BBC Learning English or Breaking News English, which adapt current events into simpler language. The goal is to absorb new vocabulary and naturally understand how sentences are structured.
Children's books. That's so clever. I never would have thought of that. It makes perfect sense, though. They're engaging, colorful, and the language is designed for learning.
Right? Don't underestimate them. And then, to round out your day, we move to the final skill, writing. Spend just a few minutes, maybe 5 to 10, writing a short paragraph. It could be about your day, your thoughts, or even a summary of something you read or listened to earlier.
Writing. I suppose that brings everything together, doesn't it? You have to recall vocabulary, structure sentences correctly, think about grammar.
Exactly. It's like the ultimate practice ground. It really forces you to consolidate what you've learned. It improves your grammar, your spelling, and your ability to express your ideas clearly and coherently. Even if it's just, today I had coffee, it was good, I listened to a podcast. Simple is powerful.
So just to recap this fantastic routine, 10 minutes vocab, 15 to 20 minutes listening, 10 minutes speaking, 15 minutes reading, and then a short writing exercise. That actually adds up to about 50 to 60 minutes a day, which is exactly what we often hear recommended.
You got it. And honestly, the most important part of any routine, whether it's for English learning or anything else, is consistency. Even if you can only manage 30 minutes on a super busy day, do 30 minutes. The key isn't perfection, it's showing up every single day.
Consistency. I've heard that so many times, but it really hits different when you have a clear, actionable routine like this. It feels less like a chore and more like a series of small, achievable steps.
That's exactly the mindset we want to foster. Don't worry about being perfect. Don't beat yourself up if you make mistakes. Every mistake is a learning opportunity. Focus on learning a little every single day and trust the process.
I think that's the biggest hurdle for many beginners, that fear of not being good enough or of making errors. It's liberating to hear you say that perfection isn't the goal.
It really isn't. Language learning is a journey, not a destination. You're going to stumble, you're going to mispronounce, you're going to use the wrong tense. And that is absolutely fine. It's part of how your brain learns and adapts. The important thing is that you keep going.
With patience, dedication, and this kind of routine, it really feels like anyone could build strong English skills and gain the confidence to communicate effectively. It just takes showing up.
Precisely. And think about the cumulative effect. 30 to 60 minutes of focused practice every day, for months, for a year. That's hundreds of hours of learning. It adds up to incredible progress. You'll look back in a few months and be amazed at how far you've come.
I can almost feel that confidence building already, just thinking about sticking to this. It's structured yet flexible and covers all bases.
That's the beauty of it. So for all our listeners out there feeling overwhelmed, remember this simple routine. Start small, be consistent, and don't be afraid to make mistakes. Your English learning journey is an exciting one, and you've got this.
Absolutely. It's not about being perfect from day one. It's about making progress every single day. Thanks, Jane, for breaking that down so clearly.
My pleasure, Lucy, and to everyone listening, we encourage you to give this routine a try. Let us know how it goes. You can find more tips and resources on our website, speaksmartpodcast.com. Until next time, keep learning, keep growing, and keep speaking smart.